These sandpapers range from $10 to $50 per pack. Some promise premium performance, but are they actually better than cheap ones? I've been woodworking for 50 years and I've heard every claim there is about expensive sandpaper being worth the investment. So I bought a sampling of the most touted sandpapers to put them to the test. Not for how long they last, but for how well they actually cut. And let's just say, one of these big name brands didn't do so well. Stick around to see which one didn't live up to the hype. I have 5 different samples of sandpaper here, and the way I've decided to test them is to see how fast they take material off. And we know that all sandpaper smooths things, and how much it smooths them depends on the grit of the sandpaper. And if it's not smooth enough, we just go to a finer grit. So testing how smooth it gets it isn't much of a test. But whether it can take a rough surface and make that smooth, and how fast it can, that seems to me to be valuable. So what I've done is I've taken some walnut here, and I've resawn it on my bandsaw, which gives me a fairly uniformly rough surface. And we're going to take our 5 samples of sandpaper and see how long it takes to smooth this out. We're going to time it with each of them. Now, I've gone to some extremes in this, and I've bought sandpaper that I normally wouldn't buy. I've got Festools, they call it granite. That's not ITE, that's granite, okay? 3M Xtract, 3M Cubitron 2, a sandpaper that I've had around the shop a long time that was touted as a premium sandpaper, not at a premium price, and something I bought at Harbor Freight several years ago, and they probably don't even carry this one. All of these are 80 grit sandpaper, so theoretically they would all cut the same speed, or close to the same speed. But again, Festool and 3M are saying that their sandpaper cuts faster. So we're going to find out if it really does. And we're going to do it by sanding these pieces down till I get them smooth. For our testing, we're going to be using a Skill Random Orbital Sander. This is my sander, the one I use here in the shop. It's not a high-end sander, but it's not at the bottom of the list. It's somewhere maybe a little below center or right around the center of the list. That way it's not the sander that we're testing, but rather the sandpaper. All of our testing will be timed by the stopwatch function on my phone, so I know exactly how long it takes for me to get rid of all these saw marks in each of these samples. I'm starting out with the sandpaper that I bought who knows how many years ago from Harbor Freight. Kind of use that as our baseline. Okay, it looks like I got them now. So we're 2 minutes and 38 seconds with what I would consider the most likely candidate for the lowest end of the sandpapers I'm working with. Okay, so now we're going to step up to the sandpaper that I've been using actually for the last couple of years here in my shop, which was sold as a, quote, premium paper, but at a low price. So let's see how well this one does. Okay, so that one ran 2 minutes and 6 seconds. That's a considerable difference. We saved ourselves half a minute, which is roughly 1/5 of our total time by switching to the sandpaper. Okay, so now we're stepping up to the 3M Cubitron 2. Now both this sandpaper and the next one are both considered part of the Cubitron family, but they're considerably different. And so one of the things we're going to find out is, does it make a difference? So let's go. Well, I don't see any more blade marks, and we did that in 1 minute and 21 seconds. Okay, so now we're on the Cubitron Xtract. Now, both of these are Cubitron projects like I meant, but the difference is this one has a lot more airspace, allows the dust to come out faster, and that's supposed to help speed up the sanding process. We're going to find out by comparing these two as part of our overall comparison. Okay, so that one was marginally faster than the other one at 1 minute and 19 seconds. The other one was 1 minute 21 seconds. And I may have gone a couple seconds over because there's a couple spots in here I kept trying to sand that it wasn't tool marks or it wasn't blade marks, it was just the coloration of the wood. So maybe that should have been more like 1 minute and 15 seconds, but that's still pretty close. To mention here is the holes on the Festool do not line up with my sander, whereas the other sandpapers it did. It's obviously designed to work with their sanders, so we'll see if that makes a difference. Okay, the Festool came in at 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Ouch. At the price you pay for this, I would expect it to beat the others. Let me say this, as I was sanding this, I was thinking about this whole displacement thing, okay? The fact that it didn't line up probably didn't make a difference in this case because I'm doing some pretty small pieces. If, on the other hand, I was sanding a large area like a tabletop or something, it probably would make a difference. Okay, so here's our final results in our race. Number one was the 3M Xtract at 1 minute 19 seconds. Number two, 3M Cubitron 2 at 1 minute 21 seconds. Number three, the premium sandpaper that I've been using around the workshop here at 2 minutes 6 seconds. Number four, surprisingly, Festool at 2 minutes and 25 seconds. And finally, in last place, the Harbor Freight whatever sandpaper that came in at 2 minutes and 38 seconds. So there is a definite difference when we go from 1 minute and 19 seconds to 2 minutes and 38 seconds, depending on the paper you use. So make up your mind. You want to spend less or you want to save time?